Hi everyone, how's it going? Today is a great day here. I think it went up to a high of 74 only, which to me, I love that kind of weather. It's like the beginning of fall weather. I love fall. Don't know if I'm going to like it this year because of what's going on in the country, but it's a very cool day right now. It's 71. You can't tell, but I have a shirt with sleeves on. I haven't worn that in a long time. It's actually pleasant, not in my room, because my room is always the coldest in the winter and the warmest in the summer. Don't know why, but it is. So anyhow, I was wondering, I'm going to ask a question of you guys. Hopefully I'll get nice answers and we won't have the trolling trolls again. I hope I got rid of them before you saw them. But anyhow, so how is it with school openings? I know a lot of you probably won't know because you don't have children or children are grown or whatever. So in our area, I just saw in the news that they have to fulfill this, that, and the other thing. And I saw they were cleaning lockers on TV, and lockers have a little kind of, it's a ledge, not a ledge, it's little like holes. It's stacked on top of another, so they just went over it, not underneath where the holes are. Now, of course, they could say, on TV they didn't do it, but I don't know. I think on TV they should show that they're cleaning right underneath there everywhere, because underneath is where the air goes into the lockers. So what has to happen is they have to meet certain requirements. Don't know what they are yet. I didn't hear them. But, you have to have so many days of 5% or less COVID cases, and if you get more, school has to close and it will go to online school. So it sounds like they're opening schools. And I had talked to a couple teachers I know, and both of them said there's no way in, where are they going to school. They're not sending their kids to school. They will do distant learning. I actually know a husband and wife who are both teachers, and the one, I think the wife said that if she teaches like distant learning, if they allow it, that she'd have to still come in every day and help with getting the kids in and attendance. And she says that just defeats the purpose of protecting my family. So she would resign. And her husband also is a teacher. And I forgot what it was that he'd have to do, which would mean he'd have to come to school. So the purpose is they don't want to go to school. They have small children. They don't want to risk their lives. And I don't blame them. I'm totally there with them. So I guess it's nice that they're in a place where they don't have to work and they can, be home. They might not, their schools may say, oh no, we're not going to do distant learning, and that's that, and then they won't have jobs, but good for them that they can do that. But like they were both pointing out to me, which I totally agree, which I was saying, like kindergarten, first, second graders, for sure kindergarten first, you can't keep them apart. You can't. I have 8 children. I know how it was in kindergarten. I said in another video long ago, I used to always help out when my kids were in the Catholic school. Kids are on top of each other. You can't tell a kindergarten, first of all, how are they going to wear a mask? And then they got kids in our school district. They have disabled kids in the school. A lot of them have sensory issues. I knew a mom who had 4 adopted children that went there. They would never be able to have a mask. They can't have stuff touching them, so they couldn't do that. And then when my kids started kindergarten, each kid, the year they started kindergarten, more diseases came home. And anyone who has kids knows when you start kindergarten, they all come home. It's not only the first kid, it's the rest of them. Kindergarten is the germiest place of all. Sometimes it even goes on through first grade. It is what it is because kids are together. You can't explain to a kindergartner because they're all excited. They want to hug everyone. They're just, I've been there. I've been a helper in the public schools. I've been a helper in the Catholic schools. I don't know how this is going to work out. Also, they were saying like kids won't keep masks on. And the most important thing is, which I didn't even think about that, the one teacher said the kids are going to go to the bathroom and can't go in the bathroom with the kids. It's not allowed. So you send kindergartners to the bathroom. Yeah, they could send one at a time, but they're already going to like divide. So many kids will go one day so many kids will go other, so part will be online, part will be at school. They're going to have less kids on the bus. It's another thing. How many kids can you fit on a bus with, 6 feet apart? Getting them there is even, going to be a problem. But, if so many teachers send the kids to the bathroom, and you can't deny a child to go to the bathroom, they're gonna be more than 6 feet close. They're gonna be closer than 6 feet. I think they were talking about eating lunch in the room, but they'd have to take the mask off. And these kids are going to talk. They're going to talk loud. They're going to laugh. They might sing. The louder you talk, if you sing, whatever, you can't eat with your mask on. I personally don't see how it's going to happen. Sadly, it's always about money. They're going to, even before it was said about they lose financial aid. They lose financial aid. They lose aid if your kids aren't there. That's why they call your house. If you forget to call, they call to see where your kids are, because they have to give a good reason why they're not there, because of the federal aid they get. So I don't know how this is going to work. If colleges, I think it's Notre Dame and some other Ivy League colleges are doing it online, and you would think they have college students who would know to be 6 feet apart. Well, some would, some wouldn't, but I don't see how they're going to make it happen. And to hear teachers talk that way, they're the ones, they don't want to put their families in jeopardy, because they would go in and, they have little kids at home, they have school kids at home, they have, their parents, which are kids' grandparents. It just goes on and on. So, I don't know. How is it in your area? What are they saying about the schools, the colleges? Haven't heard anything about my daughter's college yet, what they're doing. Usually by now, they'd be kind of, getting ready. Their classes picked out. She already picked her classes, so she'd be getting, in July, her book. She'd be going into the bookstore. That hasn't happened. So they've been doing distance learning since March. I feel bad for all the seniors, who graduated, but they had one of the schools around here, they had a real nice thing. They made like posters and banners and balloons, and then the families could drive through, and there were teachers there waving, and people did things. I'm sure people had graduation parties. I'm sure it happened. People got to buckle down and listen to the rules. I don't know. I'm not a rule breaker, so I don't see the problem with it. But that's what's happening there. What's happening in your neck of the woods? What are they saying about schools, colleges, daycares? So I'm sure they're going to use the argument, well, kids go to daycares and on and on and on. Well, my granddaughter, she got a stomach thing. And a stomach thing is an added thing to COVID. So they don't know if she had COVID. They don't know if they had it. Both my son and daughter-in-law had the stomach thing. So they don't know. So, but in a daycare, like she's an infant, they can control that. Hopefully they're washing their hands correctly and wearing their masks and, all of that. I personally am not a fan of daycare. My kids were never in daycare. I took care of my kids. I saw their first steps, their first crawl, their first hi mom, hi dad, whatever they said. And I'm very happy I had the opportunity to do that. I feel bad for people who have to put their kids in daycare at 6 weeks. I couldn't even do it. So I'm very fortunate I was able to be home with my kids. But anyhow, I'm wondering in where you are, if you don't mind saying your state, if you've heard, you could look up. Just wondering how it is from state to state, especially the states that are, really high now, like Florida, Texas, Arizona, and California, I think. What are the rules there, if you know? So for now, don't forget to subscribe, like, hit the notification bell, share. Sharing is caring. Don't forget to pay for it. Feels good in your heart, Polly's heart, and my heart. Don't forget to call a friend. I'm sure everyone needs a friend. So for now, bye.